Hare Krishna, dear devotees, humble obeisance, all glories to Sri Krishna. Om Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Chakshurvedi Shri Namo Shri Chaitanya Krishna Sankirtan Yena Swayam Dadatu Sampadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yudhakatakamanam Shri Guru Krishna Vamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Sadvadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lagita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिति नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री विसादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण श्री प्रभुपाद की जय। Prayers also, Mataji.
Mataji, we can.
नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत् नष्टप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्योत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्ठिकी. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam,
Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam,
which is the very means of conquest,
which is the very means of conquest,
one should offer respectful obeisances
one should offer respectful obeisances
unto the personality of Godhead,
unto the personality of the Godhead,
Narayana,
Narayana,
unto Naranarayana Rishi,
unto Naranarayana,
the supermost human being,
the supermost human being,
unto Mother Saraswati,
unto Mother Saraswati,
the goddess of learning,
the goddess of learning,
and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author.
and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author.
By regular attendance in the classes on the Bhagavatam,
By regular attendance in classes on the Bhagavatam,
and by rendering of service to the pure devotee,
and by rendering of service to the pure devotee,
all that is troublesome to the heart,
all that is troublesome to the heart
is almost completely destroyed.
is almost completely destroyed,
And loving service unto the personality of Godhead,
and loving service unto the personality of Godhead,
who is praised with transcendental songs,
which is praised with the personal song,
is established as an irrevocable fact.
is established as an irrevocable fact.
All glories to all the devotees present. Hare Krishna.
So, thank you all for inviting me to your wonderful association. So, who's the one in charge? Do you want to start?
Recording in progress.
You want me to chant the verse?
What you want to do? You want to talk on this verse, is it?
Prabhu. Actually, what we are doing, every day we are reading Srimad Bhagavatam, and we started from verse 1, and now actually we have come to this 1.3.28, and then we felt that it is very important in the Srimad Bhagavatam, and then we thought of, you know, requesting you to enlighten this verse.
Okay, you chant the verse and then you read the purport, huh?
Prabhu. We will do that.
So who's going to read?
We just read because it's being big purport. We'll just shall we read it in by sharing with two devotees or something like that, Prabhu?
So do what you're doing every time, huh? You can do.
Okay. एते चांशकला पुंसः कृष्णस्थो भगवान् स्वयम् इन्द्रियारि व्याकुलं लोकं मृडयन्ति युगे युगे एते चांशकला पुंसः कृष्णस्थो भगवान् स्वयम् इन्द्रारि व्याकुलं लोकं मृडयन्ति युगे युगे. Kindly repeat after me. एते चांशकला पुंसः कृष्णस्थो भगवान् स्वयम् इन्द्रारि व्याकुलं लोकम् मृडयन्ति युगे युगे. Ete, all these cha and amsha plenary portions, kalaha portions of the plenary portions, pumshaha of the supreme, krishnaha Lord Krishna, tu but Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead, swayam in person, Indra Ari, the enemies of Indra, Vyakulam distributed, and the lokam, all the planets, Vridayanti gives protection, yuge yuge, in different ages. Prabhu, could you kindly load the screen?
Chant word for word and then read the purport, or just go to the purport, whichever, huh? Go to the purport and start reading the purport, no?
Prabhuji. All the above mentioned incarnations are either plenary portions or portions of the plenary portions of the Lord. But Lord Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. All of them appear on planets whenever there is a disturbance created by the atheist. The Lord incarnates to protect the atheist. Purport. In this particular stanza, Lord Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, is distinguished from other incarnations. He is counted among the avatars, incarnations, because out of his causeless mercy of the Lord descends from his transcendental abode. Avatara means one who descends. All the incarnations of the Lord, including the Lord himself, descend to the different planets of the material world, as also in different species of life, to fulfill particular missions. Sometimes he comes himself, and sometimes his different plenary portions are parts of the plenary portions, or his differentiated portions, directly or indirectly empowered by him, descend to this material world to execute certain specific functions. Originally, the Lord is full of all opulences, all prowess, all fame, all beauty, all knowledge, and all renunciation. When they are partly manifested throughout the plenary portions, are part of the plenary. Prabhuji. Okay. Are partly manifested through the plenary portions, are part of the plenary portions. It should be noted that certain manifestations of his different powers are required for those particular functions. When in the room, small electric bulbs are displayed, it does not mean that the electric powerhouse is limited by the small bulbs. The same powerhouse can supply power to operate large-scale industrial dynamos with generator volts.
Greater volts.
Sorry, with greater volts. Sorry, dynamos with greater volts. Similarly, the incarnations of the Lord display limited powers because so much power is needed at that particular time. For example, Lord Parshuram and Lord Narsimha displayed unusual opulence by killing the disobedient Kshatriyas 21 times and killing the greatly powerful atheist Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu was so powerful that even the demigods in the other planets would tremble simply by the unfavorable raising of his eyebrow. The demigods in the higher level of material existence many times excel the most well-to-do human beings in longevity, beauty, wealth, sorry, Prabhu, I struggle to pronounce it. Paraphernalia and all other respects. Still, they were afraid of Hiranyakashipu. Thus, we can simply imagine how powerful Hiranyakashipu was in this material world. But even Hiranyakashipu was cut into small pieces by the nails of the Lord Narasimha. This means that anyone materially powerful cannot stand the strength of the Lord's nail. Similarly, Jamadagni displayed the Lord's power to kill all the disobedient kings powerfully situated in their respective states. The Lord's empowered incarnation, Narada, and plenary incarnation, Varaha, as well as indirectly empowered Lord Buddha, created faith in the mass of people. The incarnations of Rama and Dhanvantari displayed his fame, and Balarama, Mohini, and Vamana exhibited his beauty. Dattatreya, Matsya, Kumara, and Kapila exhibited his transcendental knowledge. Nara and Narayana Rishi exhibited his renunciation. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Krishna Mataji, could you kindly take it from here?
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. So all the different indirectly or directly empowered incarnations of the Lord manifested different features, but Lord Krishna, the primeval Lord, exhibited the complete features of Godhead. And thus it is confirmed that he is the source of all other incarnations. And the most extraordinary feature exhibited by Lord Sri Krishna was his internal energetic manifestation of his pastimes with the cowherd girls. His pastimes with the gopis are all displays of transcendental existence, bliss and knowledge, although these are manifested apparently as sex love. The specific attraction of his pastimes with the gopis should never be misunderstood. The Bhagavatam relates these transcendental pastimes in the 10th canto. And in order to reach the position to understand the transcendental nature of Lord Krishna's pastimes with the gopis, the Bhagavatam promotes the student gradually in 9 other cantos. According to Srila Jiva Goswami's statement, in accordance with authoritative sources, Lord Krishna is the source of all other incarnations. It is not that Lord Krishna has any source of incarnation. All the symptoms of the supreme truth are present in full, are present in the person of Lord Sri Krishna. And in the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord emphatically declares that there is no truth greater than or equal to himself. In this stanza, the word Swayam is particularly mentioned to confirm that Lord Krishna has no other source other than himself. Although in other places the incarnations are described as Bhagavan because of their specific functions, nowhere are they declared to be the Supreme Personality. In this stanza, the word Swayam signifies the supremacy as the summum bonum. Mataji.
Yeah. Vrinda Mataji?
Hare Krishna Mataji. The summum bonum, Krishna, is one without a second. He himself has expanded himself in various parts and portions and particles as Swayam Rupa, Swayam Prakasha, Tad Ekatma, Prabhava, Vaibhava, Vilasa, Avatara, Avesha, and Jivas, all provided with innumerable energies just suitable to the respective persons and personalities. Learned scholars in transcendental subjects have carefully analyzed the Samam Bonam Krishna to have 64 principal attributes. All the expansions or categories of the Lord possesses only some percentages of these attributes. But Shri Krishna is a possessor of the attributes 10%, and his personal expansions such as Swayam Prakasha and Tad Ekatma up to the categories of the Avtaras, who are Vishnu Tattvas, possesses up to 93% of these transcendental attributes. Lord Shiva, who is neither Avtara nor Avesha, nor in between them, possesses almost 84% of the up to 9. Lord Shiva, who is neither Avtara or Avesha nor in between, possesses almost 84% of the attributes. But the jivas, or the individual living beings in different statuses of life, possesses up to the limit of 78% of the attributes. In the conditioned stage of material existence, the living being possesses these attributes in very minute quantity, varying in terms of the pious life of the living being. The most perfect of living beings is Brahma, the supreme administrator of one universe. He possesses 79% of the attributes in full. All other demigods have the same attributes in less quantity, whereas human beings possesses the attributes in very minute quantity. The standard of perfection for a human being is to develop the attributes up to 78% in full. The living being can never possess attributes like Shiva, Vishnu, or Lord Krishna. A living being can become godly by developing the 78% transcendental attributes in fullness, but he can never become a god. But he can never become a god like Shiva, Vishnu, or Krishna. He can become a Brahma in due course. The godly living beings who are residents of the planets in the spiritual sky are eternal associates of God in different spiritual planets called Haridham and Maheshadham. The abode of Lord Krishna above all other spiritual planets is called Krishna Loka or Golok Vrindavana, and the perfected living beings by developing 78% of the above attributes in fullness can enter the planet of Krishna Loka after leaving the person present material body. Jai Shri Prabhupada.
So thank you very much reading the purport. So this verse is a very important verse. And Prabhupada quoted this. Prabhupada quoted this in this verse also here, Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita, that's one. Where are we going? So you can see here So, and this verse here explaining about the supremacy of Krishna on this verse. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Kutasto Kasmalamidam Vishame Samupaisthitam Anarya Justam Swargyam Akitikaram Arjuna. So here Prabhupada is explaining that Krishna's position. He quoted this verse from the Brahma Samhita. I'm sure you all know this verse. Isvara Paramaha Krishna. Then you see here, this is what you are studying today. So this is to establish the supremacy of Krishna. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is higher than even all the demigods. So that position has to be very clear. You cannot put Krishna on the same level as the demigods. It becomes an offense actually, to think that Krishna and the demigods are all on the same level. It is an offense, right? Now that verse I'm sure you know. That to think that that Krishna and the demigods are all on the same line, the person become a Pashandi, You understand? Becoming a Pashandi means an artistic person. That's explained in this verse here. It is explained in the word. Give me a minute. It's so here in this verse, you can see Yastu Narayana Devam. This was Yastu Narayana Devam Brahma Rudradi Daivatehi Samatvene Vishekstaha Sapashandi Bhavad Dhruvam. So a person who considers demigods like Brahma and Shiva to be on an equal level with Narayana is to be considered an offender of Pashandi. So what is this Pashandi? Is explained here in this verse. A foolish person who says that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the same as the living entity is an atheist, and he becomes subject to punishment by the Superintendent of Death, Yamaraj. Anyone want to read?
Yeah, Prabhuji. Should I read, Prabhuji?
Anyone, please?
Yeah, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura says that the words Pasandi refers to one who considers the living entity under the control of the illusory energy to be equal with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is transcendental to all material qualities. Another kind of Pasandi is one who does not believe in the spirit soul, the superior potency of the Lord, and therefore does not distinguish between spirit and matter. While describing one of the offenses against chanting the holy names, especially the offense called Sruti Sastra Nidana, that is blaspheming the Vedic literature, Jiva Goswami states in his Bhakti Sandarbhava Yatha Pasanda Marjena Dattatreya Sabha Devo Pasakanam Pasandinam. Worshippers of impersonalists like Dattatreya are also Pasandis. Concerning the offense of Aham Mama Buddhi or Dehatama Buddhi, considering the bodies to be the self, Jiva Goswami states Deva Dravinadi Nimittaka Pasanda Sabdena Cha Dasa, sorry Prabhuji if I am wrong, Cha Dasa Pradhena Eva Lakshyante Pasanda Mayatvat Tesam. Those who are overly absorbed in the conception of the body and the bodily necessities are also called pasandis. Elsewhere in the Bhakti Sandarbha, it is stated.
They might read the English.
Okay, Prabhuji. A pasandi is one who considers the demigods and the supreme personality of Godhead to be one. Therefore, a pasandi worships any kind of demigods as the supreme personality of Godhead. One who disobeys the order of the spiritual master is also considered at pasandi. The word pasandi has been described in many places in Srimad Bhagavatam, including 4.2.28, 30 and 32, 5.6.9 and 12.2.13 and 3.43. On the whole, a pasandi is a non-devotee who does not accept the Vedic conclusions. In the Hari Bhakti Vilasa 1.117, there is a verse quoted from the Padma Purana describing the pasandi. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu quotes this verse as the following text. Hari Bol.
So you can see how if a person is considering that Krishna is the same as all the other demigods, then he can't even chant the holy name also. You know, Shruti Shastra Nindana. See that? So he becomes an offender, blaspheming the Vedic literature. In fact, number 2 offense of chanting the Hare Krishna to consider names of demigod like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the chant of the name of Lord Vishnu. Is it not? Correct?
Yes,
Hello.
Prabhu.
Yes,
Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes,
yes.
So, to specifically distinguish Krishna from all this, that's why his word Eta Chamsa Kala Pumsham, Krishna's to Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan. You know, he is not, he's complete, you know. Complete means he's full. Not that he is, you know, on the same basis. That's why there's now be read the amount of percentage, right? He has 100%. The others have got lesser percentage. Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
The Brahma has got 78%. So he has got 64 qualities as full as complete. Among the 64 qualities, 4 qualities nobody else have except only he, correct? Playing the flute, he attracts the everybody, gopis, yeah, is correct. He is very beautiful. He does wonderful pastimes. So these things, childhood pastimes and all, nobody does except only him. So Krishna's position is very, very, what we say, unique in the sense. He is the supreme personality of Godhead. So that point has to be understood. Because this is where many people, have sentiment. They think they must go and do some demigod worship. They think after all, they are, also there and, trying to get some material benefits from them. So that thing has to be very much, what we say, clear, especially with devotees. In fact, Krishna says in that, this, I'm sure you know this verse, right? That Krishna says that anything done with the demigods is actually done in a wrong way, avidhi purvakam, not proper, correct? Yes, those who are devotees of other gods and who worship them with faith actually worship only me, Osana Kunti, but they do so in a wrong way. So it is wrong. And not only that, it is wrong. In the next verse it says, anyone who, I'm the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifice. Therefore, those who do not recognize my true transcendental nature fall down. See this? So you cannot try to deride that also, no. You not try to think that, oh, it's okay, you have your thinking, I have my thinking. It's not like that. There's only one thinking. That's what Krishna says, that we have to follow. You cannot say that, oh, I can do whatever I like. It doesn't work. So Krishna is saying it specifically that if you don't accept this, then I am the supreme, I'm the only enjoyer. Yes, is the word again, only enjoyer. Huh? See? Nobody else is the enjoyer, only me. And I'm also the master of all sacrifice. Those who do not recognize my true truth, they're not only doing the wrong way, if they don't accept this, then they will fall down. Hello?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah,
Then,
Prabhu.
it is not something, some light thing, It's serious. That's why you can see many of them, they all, doing lip service. They claim to worship this and that, and most of them are all breaking four principles, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Like Krishna say here, they will fall down. So it is not that simply, I can do anything I like, So therefore, we have to understand that Lord Brahma is saying Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Lord Shiva is saying Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's I'll show you also. Lord Shiva is saying in this verse here that he is always meditating on the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Correct?
Yes,
Prabhuji.
You know the verse, anyone? Lord Shiva is talking to the Prasetas and he's saying that I am, also worshipping Krishna. Correct? Yeah, you see, he's saying, any person who surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, the controller of everything, material nature as well as the living entity, is actually very dear to me. Is that? So Lord Brahma is saying, Lord Shiva is saying, and all the demigods are also saying, that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. They are always meditating on his lotus feet. The prayers when they went to see Devaki, while he was in the womb, they all prayed. Brahma, everybody, all the demigods, they are always taking shelter of his lotus feet. Right? So Krishna's position have to be understood in that way. Krishna is not, that's why even Krishna says, if you know me, right? This famous verse, I'm sure all of you know, correct? Bahunam Janmanam Ante, correct? Jnanavan mam prapadyante vasudevam sarvamiti samatma suturlabha, right? After many birth and death, he is actually in knowledge surrenders unto me. Knowing to me the cause of all causes and all that is such a great soul is very rare. So this is all before he was saying, four kinds of people will surrender to me. One who is in distress, one who wants some material things, and one who is inquisitive, and finally the wise. Among them all, the wise man is, most what we say benevolent. But of all of them, actually one who surrenders unto me, knowing me to be the cause of all causes, such a great soul is very rare. So Krishna, to know Krishna itself takes many birth and death. It's not some small thing, That's why it says if you surrender to Krishna, then your life is complete. No. You follow? Hmm? Krishna is not some lightweight personality. He is the creator of everything. And he cannot become bewildered like Brahma or Shiva. All these personalities get bewildered. But Krishna, no, nobody. Just now you read Hiranyakashipu. Of course, it is all arranged by him. See how the Lord shows his, extraordinary prowess. No living entity can overcome him. It's not possible. That's why he's called Swayam Bhagavan. Swayam Bhagavan means he is full. No, he's not having some kind of a, percentage of qualities or no. He's in ocean, like an ocean, full, material qualities. So that is Krishna's unique position. He's more than the demigods. He is also the source of Brahman. Some people think the God is, what do you call that, light and all that stuff, Hmm? Yeah, you can see, Krishna says here, I am the basis, Brahmano he pratishtaham, Amritasya avasyasya vyavasya cha, sattvatasya cha dharmasya sukhasya aikantikasya cha. So Krishna, I am the basis of this impersonal Brahman. This light is coming from me. Correct?
Yeah, Prabhuji.
So people sometimes think that the demigods are equal to the Lord. Now I have proven that that's bogus. And now some people saying the light is the ultimate, but that's also not true because here Krishna is saying, I am the basis of these lights. Light must have a source, no? Anybody knows in logic, not that the light exists by itself always. Not only here in this sense, also he says in the Yashaika Niswasita Kalam Atavalambhya Jivan Tiloma Vilaja Jagarandanata Vishnu Mahansa Yasya Kala Viseso Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I want to take this verse out. I'm sure, do you know this verse? Brahma Samhita. Yasya Niswasita Kalam. Brahma Samhita. So give me a minute, I just take the words out so that you can, see for yourself. Brahma Samhita.
Five 48, Prabhu.
548. Thank you very much. All right, here it is. Okay, good. Very good. So you can see here, Yasyeka Niswasita Kalam. Oh, sorry, I got the wrong verse. Not this verse. Yasha Prabha, sorry, that's the other one. Yasha Prabha, Prabhavato Jagadanda Koti. Yeah, I got that. No? Yasha Prabha. Whose lights, That is in 540. This is 48, no? Welcome.
540, Prabhu.
540, no?
Okay.
Yes.
This is the verse. So here, Yasha Prabha, Prabhavato Jagananda Koti Sesa Vasudhati Vibhuti Bhinam Tad Brahma Niskalam Ananta Asesa Bhutam Govinda Madi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So I worship Govinda, the primal Lord, who's effulgent. You see, he's light again. It's the source of non-differentiated Brahman mentioned in the Upanishad. Differentiate infinite glories of the mundane universe appears as indivisible, infinite, limitless truth. So this light, is coming from, say, who's effulgent? The light is coming from Govinda. You understand? So this worship of the ultimate light, they don't know. Okay. Hmm? They think that, you see here, Krishna explained here, avyaktim vyaktim apanam manyate mama buddhaya parambhavam ajanto mama avyayam anuttamam. Okay? Unintelligent man do not know me perfectly, think that I, the Supreme Personality Godhead, was impersonal before. And have now assumed this personality. Due to their small knowledge, they do not know my higher nature, which is imperishable and supreme. See this thing here? Hmm? So we have to know that this light business is all coming from Krishna. It is not something separate as this many people think that God is ultimately some kind of a light. You have to worship some 5 kind of demigods, Vishnu, Brahma, Shiva, Vishnu, Surya, Shiva, Durga and Ganesh. They think that through any of these 5 gods you can then go to the light, So this theory and this philosophy is not supported in the Shastra because they don't want to accept Krishna's authority. Mainly that's the reason. But here Krishna is saying very clearly, that's why he called them unintelligent men who do not know me perfectly. Think that I, the Supreme Personality of Krishna, was impersonal, avyaktim, impersonal. This cannot be accepted. That's why Krishna said, those who accept me, oh, is a great and rare soul. And those who don't accept me will fall down. Even though they are, coming from very high background, even though they are coming from very high background, these people, या येषं पुरुषं साक्षात् आत्मप्रभावमेश्वरं न भजन्ति अभजानन्ति स्थानभ्रष्टे पतन्त्यधः. So you see, any member of the 4 varnas and 4 ashram who fail to worship the personality of God as the source of their own creation or intentionally disrespect him will fall down from their position into a hellish state of life. So this is not something that, as I've said earlier, that you whimsically can do, because you don't give credit to God, Krishna, and you simply speculate. Then you are offending him, and when you offend, you fall down for sure. Huh? So Krishna's position is very unique. He is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that he has shown many places in the Bhagavad Gita also. He says, there's no truth superior to me. Mata parantaran nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya. Mai sarvamidam proktam sutre manigana eva. O conqueror of wealth, there is no truth superior to me. Everything rests upon me as pearls are strung on a thread. So you can see that everything is done by the Lord. No. Aham sarvasha prabhava mata sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhava shamanvitaha. I am the source of all spiritual and material world. Everything emanates from me. The wise who perfectly know this engage in my devotional service and worship me with all their hearts. So Krishna, is Swayam Bhagavan. So he is not, you can see here also here. Avatars or incarnations are expansions of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna Govinda. Advaitam Achyutam Anadim Anantarupam Adhyam Purana Purusham Navayavanam Cha Vedeshu Dullabam Adullabam Atma Bhakto Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. I worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead Govinda, who is the original person, non-dual, infallible, and without beginning. Although he expands into unlimited form, he is still the original, and although he is the oldest person, he appears as a fresh youth. Such eternal, blissful, and all-knowing forms of the Lord cannot be understood by academic wisdom of the Vedas, but they are always manifest to pure, unalloyed devotees. The Brahma Samhita described the avatars. Indeed, all the avatars are described in the authentic scriptures. No one can become an avatar or incarnation, although this has become fashionable in the age of Kali. The avatars are described in the authentic scriptures are shastras, and therefore one risks accepting a pretender as an avatar. One should refer to the shastra. The shastras say everywhere that Krishna is the original personality of Godhead and that he has innumerable avatars or incarnation. Elsewhere in the Brahma Samhita it says Rama Dimurte Shukala Niyamena Tistan. Rama, Narsimha, Varaha, and many others are consecutive expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. After Krishna, see here, very important, after Krishna comes Balaram. Understand? And Balaram, after Balaram is Shankarshan, and then Anuruddha, Pradyumna, Narayana, and then again, of course, there's another Shankarshan. He comes again, Pradyumna, Anuruddha, again Narayana. And then from that Shankarshan again, Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshi Vishnu, Chirodaski Vishnu, all of them are avatars. You see how the expansion from Krishna, original. One must hear about the avatar narration, about such avatar, they call avatar katha, Krishna's expansion. Hearing and chanting narration is completely pious. Sunvata Swakata Krishna, Punya Shravana Kirtanam. One who hears and chants can become punya, purified of material contamination. Whenever there are references to the avatar, religious principles are established and demons are against Krishna are killed. The Krishna conscious movement is spreading all over the world with two aims: to establish Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead and to kill all the pretenders who falsely present themselves as avatars. The preachers of the Krishna conscious movement must carry out this conviction very carefully within their hearts and kill the demons who in many tactful ways vilify the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. If we take shelter of Narsimhadev and Prahlad Maharaj, it will be easier to kill the demons who are against Krishna to re-establish Krishna's supremacy. Krishna's to Bhagavan Swayam. This is exactly what we are learning today. Krishna's to Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is the Supreme Lord, the original. Prahlad Maharaj is our Guru and Krishna is our worshipful God. As advised by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Guru Krishna Prasada Paya Bhakti Lata Beach. If we can be successful in getting the mercy of Prahlad Maharaj and also of that of Narsimhadev, then our Krishna conscious movement will be extremely successful. The demon Hiranyakashipu tried to become God himself, had so many ways tried to become God himself, but although Prahlad Maharaj was chastised and threatened in many ways, he rigidly refused to accept the powerful demonic father as God. Following in the footsteps of Prahlad Maharaj, we should all reject all rascals who pretend to be God. We must accept Krishna and his incarnation and no one else. So you see how this is the system. Krishna is the original, and then his immediate expansion, Balaram, and from Balaram you get the quadruple expansion, and then from that Shankarshan you got one more quadruple expansion, Shankarshan. From the, you get Narayanas, unlimited Narayanas, and then from Shankarshan also you get the three Vishnus, Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshi Vishnu, and Chirodakshi Vishnu. And then from them, from Chirodakshi Vishnu, you have the expansion of Brahma and Shiva. And this way, the whole universe is established. This is how the whole system works. So of course we are devotees and we want to, learn to love Krishna. Now why specifically Krishna, And see here in this verse. So in the Bhagavatam here, you see here the word Kechit Kevalaya Bhaktya. This is Sukadeva Goswami speaking. Vasudeve Parayanaha Aham Dunvanti Krishnena Niraham Eva Bhaskaraha. So he says only a rare person who adopts complete unalloyed devotional service to Krishna can uproot the weeds of sinful action with no possibility that will revive. He can do this simply by discharging devotional service, just as the sun immediately dissipates fog by its rays. So here you can see the word, what is the word here? Vasudev Parayanaha. Then he is speaking here again. So here he is saying Narayana Paranmukam. See that? So now from Vasudeva we say Narayana. So in this translation, it's about surrendering to Narayana Paranmukam. But here in this verse, Sukadev Goswami started finally saying Krishna Padaravindayoho. This translation. Although not having fully realized Krishna, persons who have even once surrendered completely onto his lotus feet and who have become attracted to his name, form, qualities, and pastimes are completely free of all sinful reaction, for they have thus accepted the true method of atonement. Even in dreams, such surrendered souls do not see Yamaraj or his order carriers who are equipped with ropes to bind the sinful. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Sarva Dharma Parityaja Mamik Sharna Vraja Ham Tvam Sarva Papabhyo Mukshiyashvi Bhasuchaha. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender to me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reaction. Do not fear. The same principle is described here. Sakran Manaha Krishna Padara Vindayo. If by studying the Bhagavad Gita one decides to surrender to Krishna, he is immediately free from all sinful reaction. It is also significant that Sukadev Goswami, after repeating several times the word Vasudeva Parayanaha and Narayana Parayanaha, and finally says Krishna Padaravindayo. Thus he indicates that Krishna is the origin of both Narayana and Vasudeva. Even though Narayana and Vasudeva are non-different from Krishna, simply by surrendering to Krishna, one fully surrenders to all his expansion, such as Narayana, Vasudeva, and Govinda. As Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Mata Parantara Nanya, there is no truth superior to me. There are many names and forms of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but Krishna is the supreme form. Krishna to Bhagavan Swayam. Therefore, Krishna recommends to neophyte devotees that one should surrender unto him only. Mam ekam. Because neophyte devotees cannot understand that the forms of Narayana, Vasudeva, and Govinda are Krishna directly. Because they cannot understand who they are. Krishna directly says, Mam ekam. Here, and this is also supported by the word Krishna Padara Vindayoho. Narayana does not speak personally, but Krishna Vasudev does in the Bhagavad Gita, for example. Therefore, to follow the direction of the Bhagavad Gita means to surrender unto Krishna. And to surrender in this way is the highest perfection of Bhakti Yoga. Parikshit Maharaj had inquired from Sukadev Goswami how one can be saved from falling into various conditions of hellish life. In this verse, Sukadev Goswami answers that the soul who has surrendered to Krishna certainly cannot go to Narak, hellish existence. To say nothing of going there. Even in his dreams, he does not see Yamaraj or his order carriers who are able to take one there. In other words, if one wants to save himself from falling into Narak, hellish life, he should fully surrender to Krishna. The word sacred is significant because it indicates that if one sincerely surrenders to Krishna once, he is saved even by chance. He falls down by committing sinful activities. Therefore, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita 9:30, Api chat su duracharaha bhajante mam ananyabhak sadhureva samantavya samyak vyavasisto he saha. Even if one commits the most abominable action, if he is engaged in devotional service, he is to be considered saintly because he is properly situated. If one never for a moment forget Krishna, he is safe even by chance he falls down by committing sinful acts. See how potent this program is? Even by one time saying Hare Krishna, so much a benefit. Second chapter of the Bhagavad Gita 240, the Lord says, Nehe bikra krama nastosti pratyavayorna vidyate. Swalpamapiyasya dharmasya traito mahato bhayat. In this endeavor, there is no laws of diminution, and little advancement on this path can protect one from the dangerous type of fear. Bhagavad Gita 6:40, Krishna says, Nahe kalyana krit kaschit durgatim tata gacchati. One who performs auspicious activity is never overcome by evil. The highest kalyana, auspicious activity is to surrender to Krishna. That is the only path by which to save oneself from falling down to hellish life. Srila Prabodhanand Saraswati has confirmed this as follows. Kaivalyam narakayate tridhasa purakasha pushpayate durdanda indriya kalpa kalasarpa patali prokata damstrayate vishwam purna sukayate vidhi mahendra adischa kitayate Yat karunaya kataksha vaibhava vantam tam gauram evastumaha. The sinful action of one who has surrendered into Krishna compared to a snake with its poison fangs removed. Prokata damstrayate. Such a snake is no longer to be feared. Of course, one should not commit sinful activities on the strength of having surrendered to Krishna. However, one who surrendered to Krishna appears to do something sinful because of his former habits, such sinful actions are no longer have a destructive effect. Therefore, one should adhere to the lotus feet of Krishna very tightly and serve him under the direction of the spiritual master. Thus, in all conditions, one will be akatobhaya, free from fear. So you see how here Krishna's position is again, more than Narayana Vasudev. This is the point here. And this thing that how Sukadev Goswami, after saying Vasudev Parayanaha, Narayana Paranaha, in this verse finally he says Krishna Padara Vindoyoho. Sakran Manaha Krishna Parada. Even once your mind, just once, can think of Krishna. Even in dreams, you will not see the Yamadutas. See how powerful this program is just to get to Krishna. So I Prabhupada quoted here in the purport, he says, this Sarvadharma Parityaja, this verse, Krishna used the word Mamekam, me alone actually. And this is also explained many parts of the Bhagavatam. Here in this Bhagavatam 11th canto, see again. Mamekam eva sharanam. Again, Mamekam eva sharanam. Krishna is speaking to Uddhava. Mamekam eva sharanam. Which means same thing. Simply take shelter of me alone. Here the word me alone is used. For I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead seated in the heart of all conditions. Take shelter of me wholeheartedly, and by my grace be free from all fear in all circumstances. This is the same thing in the Bhagavad Gita, except that it's said by Krishna, to Uddhava. So you see how surrendering to Krishna is the only thing. Here again, let me check. I don't know, 61, 60 or maybe. Oh. How to go there? Brahma Samhita. I think I've got to go to contents. Huh? Maybe go to the contents. Go to Brahma Samhita. Where is this Brahma Samhita?
Not in this page, Prabhu.
Let me go to all the books. Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavat Krishna book. Where is this Brahma Samhita? Not around. Okay, give me a minute. I think I'll just have to go to the Srimad Bhagavatam. So in this Brahma Samhita, other books by Padma Puranam, Bhagavatam Atmaya. Oh, come on. So I write here, Brahma Samhita. Brahma Samhita. No, cannot get it. I'm sure it was here in the Brahma Samhita. You said BS. Maybe put a dot. Let's say I go to 40. Cannot go. Maybe no space. Cannot go. Maybe BS 40. Cannot go also. Something wrong. Maybe capital letter. Anybody knows how to do this thing? An important verse I want to show from the Brahma Samhita. You find this book here, verse book. What is this? Bhagavatam song prayer book. What is that? Verse books.
Prabhu, do you want us to share any specific sloka? Do you want us to show the sloka?
I want to go to Brahma Samhita, verse number.
Prabhu, I can share the screen.
Yeah, you can share. Can you go to Brahma Samhita?
Prabhu. Mataji, could you kindly make that Vanajakshamitana the name host?
Yes,
Co-host?
Mother.
That not Rajeshwari, but Vanajakshamitana. Not it, Mataji.
I'm not able to make you host, Mataji.
Oh,
I
how
have to
come?
exit first. I have to exit first, then you can go in. I have to say stop sharing. No, I'm not sharing now.
Just try one more time, Mataji.
I'm not sharing now. You can go in, I think.
Mataji, I think you are the co-host and Prabhu is host. So Prabhu, can you make?
Prabhu, can you make that Vanajakshi's name co-host?
I'm not the.
You are the host, Prabhu.
I am the host.
Prabhu.
So how do you do that?
Just side click, I mean right click, and then
I'll
it
do.
will get up.
I'm doing. I just.
Good, you do all these things, huh? Thank you.
Yes, Mataji, you can share now.
Okay, go to 61 again. You can go there and show me that verse 561.
Yes, Prabhu.
Five,
Brahma Samhita.
561. Yeah. Okay, 61. All right, good.
Yes, Prabhu.
All right, you see here what dharmam anya parityaja mam ekam bhaja viswan. No, viswasan. So this was here. Again, the same thing. But dharmam anyam parityaja. Krishna says sarva dharma parityaja. So here, dharmam anye parityaja. Same thing. Again, sarva dharma parityaja mam ekam saranam braja. Here, Krishna, Brahma is saying, mam ekam bhaja viswasan. Is it? So you understand this verse is pretty much the same. Can you go down? Scroll down. Abandoning all meritorious performance of me with faith. So here, Bhaktisiddhanta's translation, abandoning all meritorious performance, that is dharma, yeah, and serve me alone with faith. Mamekam. You understand here? So you see, I've quoted you 3 places, one from Bhagavad Gita, one from the Bhagavatam, one from the Brahma Samhita. So the whole idea is to surrender to Krishna alone. All right, can you give me the share screen again?
Okay. Prabhu, you can.
Okay, thanks. So you can see, get out of this one. I'll close the program actually. So you can see how the whole thing is centered on surrendering to Krishna. Again here, and this verse, what happened? Oh, what's going on? All right, good. So here you can see in this verse, Bhagavad Gita, and its purport. This most confidential part of knowledge is that one should become a pure devotee of Krishna and always think of him and act for him. One should not become an official meditator. The life should be so molded that one will always have the chance to think of Krishna. One should always act in such a way that all his daily activities are in connection with Krishna. He should arrange his life in such a way that although the 24 hours he cannot but think of Krishna. And the Lord promises that anyone who is in such pure conscious Krishna consciousness will certainly return to the abode of Krishna, where he will be engaged in the association of Krishna face to face. This most confidential part of knowledge is spoken to Arjuna because he is the dear friend of Krishna. Everyone who follows the path of Arjuna can become a dear friend to Krishna and obtain the same perfection as Arjuna. This word stress that one should concentrate his mind upon Krishna, the very form with two hands carrying a flute, the bluish boy with a beautiful face and peacock feathers in his hair. Their description of Krishna found in the Brahma Samhita and other literatures. One should fix his mind on this original form of Godhead Krishna. One should not divert his attention to other forms of the Lord. See the point here? One should not even divert his attention to other forms of the Lord. The Lord as multiform as Vishnu, Narayana, Rama, Varaha, etc. But a devotee should concentrate his mind on the form that was present before Arjuna. Concentration of the mind on the form of Krishna constitutes the most confidential part of knowledge, and this is disclosed to Arjuna because Arjuna is the most dear friend of Krishna's. You see this point here? So, even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he goes around preaching, he asks everybody, even if he's a Rama Bhakta or what other Bhakta, he asks him to become a Krishna devotee. When he was visiting South India, one Brahman, she was a big Rama devotee, chanting always Ram Ram. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him about chanting Krishna's name. Then when he came back, he saw this Brahmin was chanting Krishna's name. He said, what happened? You're chanting now Krishna's name. He said, the moment I saw you, I could only chant the name of Krishna. So that's Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he's non-different. So whole idea is to make them all become Krishna devotees, So that is the whole subject of this verse here, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. I hope I have explained at length and I hope you have understood it. Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Is it clear?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Why only Krishna? Understand? Because it's the only Supreme Personality of Godhead. No two reasons about it. Yes?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
So anybody got any questions?
Prabhuji, there is one question in the chat box.
Chat box, huh? What's the question?
Vrinda Mataji, you can read it.
Part 1.3.29, why is it mentioned that even he can never become a god like Shiva alone? He can become Brahma in due course. When Shiva is referred as God here, instead of a demigod. Well, here sometimes they are referred to as God, sometimes it's understood, When you say Shiva, we don't say he's the supreme God. You don't have to write down there every time. No, he's not the supreme God, he's only a demigod. We can understand that their position, especially when you read Bhagavatam. Correct? Hello?
Yes, Prabhu.
You don't have to say many things over and over again. It is already understood, no? Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
Who asked this question? Divya.
Divya Mataji.
Is she around? Hello?
Prabhu, she left.
Not around, huh? Okay, any other questions?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I have one question.
Hmm.
Prabhu, in 1.3.26, there Prabhupada mentions in the purport that how we should identify God, that is by general test, that is only by specific extraordinary feats when he does. So that's how, that is the general test to, understand he is a God. Could you kindly enlighten on this by showing more verses, like how we can really recognize the God or something,
This
like
is
maybe some
test
general
to
test, like
identify. This is the verse here, right? This
Prabhu.
is the general test to identify an incarnation of the Lord, directly and indirectly empowered. Some incarnation mentioned above are almost plenary portion. For instance, the Kumaras are empowered with transcendental knowledge. Sri Narada is empowered with devotional service. Maharaj Prithu is empowered incarnation with executive function. The Matsyanka is directly a plenary portion. So the innumerable incarnations of the Lord are manifest all the universe constantly without cessation, and water flows constantly from waterfall. So the best way to identify everything is to hear from Sadhu Shastra Guru.
Okay.
You understand? There's no other way to understand this. You cannot speculate, no? Correct?
Prabhu.
So by inquiring to the spiritual master, and he is giving references from the verses. For example, it is says that in Kali Yuga there is no avatar, correct?
Triyugi.
People are going and claiming that they are the avatar, so many Babas. So the moment he says avatar, then it's bogus. Because in Kali Yuga, there's only 3 avatars. The Lord is called Triyugi. Yes?
Prabhu. That's Prahlad Maharaj says that.
Prahlad
Triyuga.
Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, you type the word Triyugi, you'll get all the verses of that Triyuga.
That is Triyuga, that is 7 point.
You understand? So in Kali Yuga, there's no incarnation. And people are parading as incarnation of God. Huh? So that means somebody is telling lies. I'm sure the Shastra will never speak lies. Correct?
Prabhu.
See the word here, Tri-yugo.
Yuga.
So he only comes in Tri-yuga. He will not come in Kali Yuga, except for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He came, but he never says God. And he doesn't come in all Kali Yuga anyway, The Lord, therefore, you known as Tri-yuga, or the Lord who appears in 3 yugas. So if anyone is saying he's God, then he must be a rascal. Yes?
Prabhu.
Correct?
Prabhu.
So we should be very careful to know all this incarnation and who is not by the authority of the scriptures.
Okay.
Correct?
Prabhu. Thank you very much, Prabhu. Prabhu, I have one more question that is of today's verse. He says that Amcha and Kalaha. That is, could you kindly explain the difference between plenary and plenary portions of the plenary?
So, of course, the Lord has many incarnations, correct?
Prabhu.
So, all his
Avatarahi asankena.
all these are his expansions, So that's why they are called Kala. But he is not Kala, he is Swayam Bhagavan, you understand? Like Balaram is also an expansion. From here you have all the other expansions, the different kind of expansions. That's now we read, no? Swayam Rupa, Swayam Prakasha, Lasa, Vaibhava. So all are explained in the CC chapter 21, 20 and 20, I think. You can go there, is the whole thing, Swayam Prakasha, Vaibhava. I mean, it is deeply explained there. So you
Prabhu, actually, I always get confused with those all words. Actually, many times I'm not at all clear about what actually Swayam Prakash and Vibhuti and Avesha, Shaktavesha.
So I recommend you to read that 20, CC chapter 20, and there all the purports are very lengthy purports, all are explained by Prabhupada, So you can read that and give you the reference. So you go, because I don't think I got time to cover the whole thing here.
Prabhu.
Very briefly, I can explain the about expansions of the Lord. Hmm?
Okay, Prabhu.
You go there, CC20. Remember, CC20 usually
CC Madhya or
Madhya 20.
CC Madhya. Okay, Prabhu.
250 onwards or 260 onwards, you can read, no?
Okay, Prabhu. Okay, Prabhu.
And there all the Swayam Prakasha, Vaibhava, all these are very detailedly explained. Then the incarnations also explained. So you read that, that'll be very nice. For those who want to know, they can also take note. CC20, you can read that. It's a very lengthy subject.
Prabhu. Okay. Mataji, is any other questions would you like to, ask Prabhu? You
Hare
can go
Krishna,
ahead.
Prabhu. Just a question, like when he's mentioned as Sri Yuga, he appears in Kali Yuga also, right? As Kalki Avatar.
Again? Can you say again?
He's gonna come in Kali Yuga also, right? As Kalki Avatar.
Kalki and Buddha also.
You will come at the end, At the end of Kali Yuga, you will come as Kalki. That is there.
But
if
Buddha also is there, na Prabhu, in the beginning of the.
Buddha is empowered incarnation, Satya Vaishya.
But it's
And
not
Lord
mentioned
Buddha
here
also-
as Trayuga.
Lord Buddha came, he never say he was God. When they asked him the question, is there God? He kept quiet. Although he's an empowered incarnation, he never identify himself as God. Correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
Prabhu.
Hello? Yes or
Yes,
not?
Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Even Prabhupada is an empowered incarnation.
Of That's Day.
Satya Vaishya avatar, empowered. So it is not, we can do this job without this power of Krishna, no? Yes?
Is Prabhupada is expansion of Vyasdev?
No, he says he's an empowered incarnation. He never says empowered Vyasadeva. All I know is that he's a powerful general from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's army, one of his Senapati, So he gets sent down to do this work. Not an ordinary work, no? To preach to all these impersonalities and Mayavadis and the foreigners and so many people, no?
Prabhuji, did Srila Prabhupada personally spoke about his real identity to his devotees?
He never say like that. He said that Krishna, wanted me to come down. I refused to come. And Krishna said, you just go there and write books, So Prabhupada said something like that, From the early days, I heard this. Prabhupada must have told somebody, Now, definitely he is empowered. We are all reading his books, no? Correct? Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Prabhu.
It's not an ordinary person to write all this book, Yeah, actually, we are just using his references only. Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhu.
That's why Prabhupada says, you study my books. Everything is there in my books, no? Yeah?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Today we discuss about Krishna. Everything I referred only to his books, no?
Correct, Prabhu.
Yes,
Hmm?
Prabhuji.
Krishna's position to establish a Swayam Bhagavan. I have to quote from many places, correct?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Did you understand or not?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Prabhuji.
You understood?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So you can see how important it is. And to write all these things, I don't think ordinary human being can do, no? Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Someone is empowered, no? Then he can do this, no?
Prabhu, I just pasted something. Could you, may I just read it in the chat box?
Harishwari, the man from Delhi, said that he thought you were an incarnation of, this is somebody saying, you know. Yes, any devotee in literal career is to be understood just like Vrindavan Das Thakur is describing Incarnate Vyasadeva, because Vyasadeva wrote Bhagavatam. So one man is saying, no, said that this man, that a man from Delhi said that he thought you were an incarnation of Vyasadeva. Prabhupada said, yeah, anybody who writes books is also, you know, empowered.
Okay.
I was saying that one man is saying, but Prabhupada said anyone who can write, yeah, is empowered. Prabhupada said. Prabhupada never says directly, you know, an incarnation of Vyasadeva. Prabhupada said Vrindavan Das Thakur is incarnation. Of course, he also could mean he also. I don't deny that.
Prabhu.
But Prabhupada mostly, you know, is noted to be an incarnation of, as empowered incarnation to preach. Prabhupada, you know, also preach widely, you know, right? Not only he just wrote only books, he also set up the whole movement.
Okay.
Correct?
Yes, Prabhu. Prabhu.
He showed us everything, how to go and do everything, no? Correct? Yes or not?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Vyasadeva only wrote, no? Correct? Preaching,
Prabhu.
you know, like Narada Muni, he preaching, no? Converting all devotees and all that. Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhupada also did that, right? Yes? Yes or not?
Yes, Prabhu.
So that unless he exclusively only wrote books and nothing else, then yeah, but he did other things as well.
Yes, he did many other things.
He was said to be the general of one of the generals in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's army. Correct?
Yes, Prabhu.
So in this case, Prabhupada, yeah, he says, you know, anyone who translates also is an empowered incarnation. Because to write, we need the mercy of Vyasadeva, no?
So Vyasadeva takes an incarnation on every yuga, Prabhu, at the end of the, I mean, almost at the end of the Dwapar.
Yeah, must be, because otherwise how people are going to have books? Maybe not, the soul will be different, but the position will be there, just like you need somebody to do this work, no?
Okay. So every time may not be the same soul. I mean, some exalted soul will be
He's empowered.
invested power. Okay.
Correct. He is
So, but this time is Vyasadeva is Vishnu Tattva?
I don't know. According to the Bhagavatam, it says here is non-different from the Lord, no? You can see in 1.5 where Vyasadeva position is explained.
Correct.
Yeah.
So, yeah, under Leela Avataras.
Yeah. So, you know, I don't know. But I think if the Bhagavatam says, I have to accept, no? Correct? Whether he is an empowered, the Prabhupada said he was a Satya Vaishya avatar, no? That's a day. I think in the earlier part of the Bhagavatam, in 1, 2 something, you know, where all the incarnations are explained, no? Buddha and all. So Vyasadeva position was said to also be an empowered incarnation. There's not different. Somebody is powered, is a representative of Vishnu also, no? Correct? Yes?
Yes.
Whether it is directly the Lord or a spirit soul, according to Prabhupada, is a spirit soul empowered to do this. But then he's also said to be an, you know, expansion of the Lord also, because he's carrying the energy of the Lord, no? Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
So, I mean, I can only repeat the scriptures. I mean, to know exactly, I don't know. I'm not an empowered incarnation myself. I am the most fallen anyway.
That your humbleness shows
Huh?
your humbleness, Prabhu.
Any other questions?
Vrindamataji, would you like that question that you were asking that all other incarnations, that expansions of Krishna, we are what we should call them, I mean address them, Bhagavan or Lord or something? You were asking, no? Will you ask that question?
Yesterday was advised as addressed as Bhagavan also.
Okay. So any other expansions can we call as a Bhagwan, like Bhagwan Parashuran, Bhagwan Ramachandra, and Bhagwan Kapil Dev, Bhagwan Rishabdev, or because they are expansion of the Krishna, or how we should, or we should just call them as a.
We just follow the scriptures, no? Understand? The Bhagavan is addressed in the scripture, we follow. Yes. Sometimes Narada Muni is also addressed as Bhagavan. Yes, it is word used to, for very, very exalted personality, So that's why Lord Shiva is also called Bhagavan, and Brahma is also called Bhagavan, but they're demigods.
Prabhuji, but if everyone is called, according to scriptures, if sometimes they're mentioned as Bhagwan, so if like we're having a conversation with a non-devotee and he's trying to say that in scriptures even Lord Shiva might have addressed as Bhagwan. So he's like he might say that then how can you say Krishna be the supreme?
It doesn't mean that he's addressed as Bhagavan, he thinks he's Bhagavan, no. This is not a fact, no.
Yes, absolutely,
So
Prabhuji.
he is telling you to worship. He asked Devi, you asked me a question. For so many millions of years, I'm doing this meditation. Who I'm thinking about? Then the Lord Shiva showed, this is the Lord Krishna. He's my meditating Lord in my heart. Huh? You follow?
Yes, Prabhuji.
He is addressed as Bhagavan because it's very powerful. But he does not think that he is Bhagavan, no, just because he's addressed Bhagavan. Hiranyakashipu addressed Brahma as Bhagavan, doesn't mean that Brahma is God, Bhagavan, huh? Tell me.
Yes, Prabhuji, right.
And they are not in ignorance, they understand their position fully. Like Hiranyakashipu, he is calling Brahma Bhagavan, correct? So someone is saying, oh, Lord Shiva is Bhagavan. Doesn't mean that Lord Shiva becomes equal to and superior to Krishna.
No, Prabhuji.
So we should explain that to them, no? Right? Just by one word, that means that what now Lord Shiva is as equal to Krishna, is it? Huh?
Yeah.
Hello? That's, it's not a proper way of reading, no? Correct?
Yes,
Taking words out of context. Correct? Lord
yes,
Shiva
absolutely.
now said, just now I quoted one verse, Lord Shiva is, I worship Krishna, correct? And all the devotees who are with Krishna, I am very much dear to them. Yes?
Yes.
He never say all those who are dear to me, he never said that, correct? Did he say? All the Shiva Bhaktas are very dear to me. Did he say that? Huh?
No.
He said those who are Krishna devotees, they are very dear to me. Yes? Yes or not?
Prabhuji, so one who worships Lord Shiva, is it any chance that they can, become a devotee of Krishna?
What's that again? I didn't understand the voices.
If somebody is worshipping Lord Krishna like a devotee of Lord Shiva, so is it a chance that, in this lifetime, he becomes a devotee of Lord Krishna?
If we get the association, I show you the verse. And this verse, so in this verse, All the different kinds of worshippers of multi-demigods can attain their highest perfectional benediction, which is spontaneous attraction to unflinchingly fix upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead, only by the association of the pure devotee of the Lord. You understand?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Only by association of devotees, the demigod worshippers can get spontaneous attraction, unflinchingly fixed upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And so also the Mayavadis. Mayavadis can also, oh great learned devotee, although there are many faults in this material world, there is one good opportunity, the association with devotees. Such association brings about great happiness. Due to this good quality, our strong desire to achieve liberation by merging into Brahman, effulgence has become weakened. You understand? So everything the Mayavadis or the demigod worshippers or the yogis, all of them can only be purified by associating with devotees. Unless a person associates with devotees, there is no possibility of a person becoming a devotee. That's not possible. I think it's here, 40. Give me a minute. Only by associating with devotees, then only he can become a devotee. Otherwise it's not possible. Where is 40? Madhya, wrong verse. Let me see, give me a minute. I just cannot get that verse out. So here it is explained here that unless you have association of devotees, it's not possible to become a devotee, I just take out the exact verse for you. Yeah. Here also here. By good fortune, one become eligible to cross the ocean of Nisa, and when one's term of metallic decreases, one may get an opportunity to associate with pure devotees. By such association, one attraction to Krishna is awakened.
Yes, Prabhuji.
So this is the only way one can become a devotee,
Prabhuji, so when one
Okay,
gets
got it now. I got it. I thought it was in 40, but actually it's 51 here. Unless one is favored by a pure devotee, one cannot attain the platform of devotional service. To say nothing of Krishna Bhakti, one cannot even be relieved from the bondage of material existence. So you see this point here? Huh?
Yes.
So all these people, demigod, worshippers, every one of them, unless they come to a contact with the pure devotee, their spiritual life will never take off, And that's a fact, I mean, because we all come in contact with Prabhupada, that's why our whole life has changed. Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Your life changed otherwise, is it possible? Tell me.
Not possible.
Not possible, not possible.
Not even by associating with these ISKCON gurus and all. That's not a fact. All of them are using Prabhupada's books as the bait. Someone reads Prabhupada books and then he become inspired. Then he goes to the ISKCON temple and now they say Prabhupada is dead. Now you have to take a living guru. This is what they say. Yes? Yes or not?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, nobody makes devotee except Prabhupada. Come on, let's be very, very frank about it. Yes? Yes or not?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Even Gaudiya Math, they use Prabhupada books. They sell Prabhupada books. And then the devotee join Gaudiya Math and then they say, now we are Gaudiya, then all kind of thing. They brainwash the person. Huh? So you see, contact with the pure devotee, the heart changes. Pure devotee is very powerful, because he's carrying the Lord in the heart. Because carrying the Lord in the heart, you can purify any conditioned soul. Yes. Especially, making meat eaters devotees. Unless he's an empowered person, is not possible, That is spoken by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself said, meat eaters, very difficult, Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
And see here, in the verse here, show you this verse. See here in this verse here. This is referring to Advaita Acharya. He is such a great personality. By his mercy, he can convert even the meat eaters, Malachas, devotional service of Krishna, who therefore can estimate the power of his Vaishnavism. It is extremely difficult to convert a Malacha or meat eater into a devotee of Lord Krishna. Therefore, anyone who can do so is situated in the highest level of Vaishnavism. You see Prabhupada position? What a great personality he must be. Yes?
Yes, absolutely, Prabhuji.
Yeah, you think you can go and preach and make even the guy who's not meat eater to devotee also have problem. Yeah? Yes or
Yes,
not?
Prabhuji. Yes,
Huh?
Prabhuji.
Oh, you see, like who's speaking? Your brother, is it? Huh? Hello? You were telling me to your brother also
Yes.
you want to make devotee so difficult, correct?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
Prabhu.
Correct? You see, so it is not some cheap thing, no, that anybody can become guru and anybody can try to preach and anybody can make so much. It's not a fact. That's why our whole Prabhupada said, you give my books, what's the use of your 3-minute preaching? He wanted his books to go because he knows what he's here for. It's a fact. If anyone reads Prabhupada books, their life changes. Yes?
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhuji.
that's so true, Prabhupada.
What?
Yes, that is so true, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Reading Prabhupada book.
Otherwise, that's why we also, when we preach, we just show everything of Prabhupada. Why I cannot put my speculation inside? I say something, I back it up. Why? Because you read, then you see, like now you read these 2 lines. How you become, your consciousness changes. Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
That's why Prabhupada said you hear and you repeat. Huh? So that's also giving Prabhupada. But the best is you can give a book, no? Then you can make more and more devotees. Without doubt. Yes.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Any other questions?
Prabhuji,
Hare Krishna.
I mean,
Yes.
Manjukeshi Devi Mataji, you can go
Yes,
ahead.
what?
There is one more question in the chat box also, Prabhu.
One more question. Huh?
But
Hare Krishna,
Manjukeshi
Prabhu.
Devi Mataji would like to ask you something.
Yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Please accept my humble obeisances. Glory
Hare
Sister
Krishna,
Prabhu.
accept
I
my
have question, Prabhu. Is it okay to sell Srila Prabhupada's books to a Gaudiya Math devotee?
Prabhu, what is again? Can you repeat?
Is it okay to sell Srila Prabhupada's books to Gaudiya Math devotees, Prabhu?
No, Prabhupada did not want them to get our books.
Oh, okay, Prabhu, because someone, Mataji asked me to want to buy.
Unless she wants to buy and read for herself, that's okay. Don't give hundreds of books, then she go and sell, We don't want that.
Yes,
You want to
Prabhu.
give to her one person, that's another thing, huh?
Yes, Prabhu.
You
Okay,
don't give her 20, 30 books and then she will go and sell and then you bring people to her place and all, that we don't want,
Yes, Prabhu.
I don't want that also. Huh? One
Okay,
book,
Prabhu.
yeah, it's okay. You can give it to her and make her read and then come to our programs like that. Huh?
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So the other question she's asking, who's asking this question?
Ganga Mataji is asking.
Who is this Ganga Kumari? Where are you from?
Mother, Prabhu, she is very young
Krishna
devotee of
Prabhuji.
our Bhaktin class.
Where,
And who
where,
she attends regularly also. She is
where is she from? India?
Bihar Prabhuji.
Huh? From where?
Bihar.
Bihar, huh?
Patna.
Patna, okay. Prabhuji, is it necessary to physical association with devotee or virtual may be? Yeah, Prabhupada said, this is why Prabhupada set up temples everywhere, so that you can go to the temple and associate with the devotees. A physical association is essential also in that sense, because you need to get that association too. That's why they have Diksha Gurus, Prabhupada is the Diksha Guru, but there's so many Shiksha Gurus, Prabhupada said Diksha Guru is one, but Shiksha Guru is many. So that's why he set up this temple so that you can go and associate with the devotees and learn. Virtually very difficult. Many things you have to have some personal contact also. Service can you do virtually?
No, Prabhuji.
No Prabhuji.
You can do Mangalarti in your bed virtually. You open the computer and see the deities or can. Hello? You can eat also virtually, right? Save money, Yes? Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
That's why Prabhupada temples. Why? So you should go. Correct. At least if you cannot go every day, you go sometime in your life, go to, our temple, of course, from Bihar to go. I think the closest one will be where? Yeah, one in Balasore, you can go there. You can associate.
Devghar Prabhuji, Baba Baidnath side. Devghar ISKCON. My nearest ISKCON temple is Devghar. Devghar ISKCON temple. Baba Baidnath Sivaling.
Okay, you go there, but be careful.
Yes, Prabhuji.
What to do until we get a temple. Huh? Yep. In fact, you can go there and sell our ISKM 77 book, no?
I-877.
Of course, they will throw you out, but
Prabhuji, can you share the book ISKM 77, I guess, which you are talking about?
Sweet.
you can go to our website, Sri Krishna Mandir. I mean, the book is there, no? Correct? Huh?
Yes, Prabhuji.
You go to our website, the whole book, the soft copy of the book is there, no? Huh?
Okay.
So different languages also. There's in Hindi and Tamil, Kannada, Telugu. This book is in all languages. Oriya.
Yes.
So you try to get the book. Bengali also. I think Hindi. If you want Hindi, is also there.
Yes.
In India, because you're from where? Where are you from?
Uttarakhand, Prabhuji.
So I think people speak Hindi more, no?
Yes.
So there she has posted it on the chat. You can, I think you give her the Hindi one better, no? Correct?
Yes.
So
Yes, sure.
somebody there who can give the Hindi link. You can take that down. You can either print it or you
Yes.
can post it to your
Yes.
friend. So in this way, you can expand our, scam activities.
Yes.
I'm surprised you don't have this book. Why you have been in this section for so long? They didn't give you the book? Huh? Everyone should have the link, by now, correct? Yes?
Yes, Prabhu.
They should read the book, at least they will know. Anyone asks what is this eye scam, we should be able to explain, no? Correct? Huh?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah. Who is this Poonam Todi? Singapore.
Yeah, Prabhuji.
Who is this? Oh,
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. I don't know,
As-
most of you looks like.
Prabhu, she is actually from Singapore only.
Yeah,
And nowadays she is attending Bhaktins classes and she is more interested in
We have met
Prabhupada's
Prabhuji
books
in
also.
temple a number of times.
I'm sure, because I see your picture now. Otherwise, I don't know who I'm speaking to. No? Some people I don't know. I don't know some of you here, I think. First time I'm seeing all of you. Very nice. At least your woman group is, getting to get together and discuss the Bhagavatam. You do this every day or what?
Yes, Prabhu. And from Monday to Friday we do it. And Tuesday we do Bhagavad Gita. And Wednesday we read Chaitanya Charitamrita. And rest all the days Srimad Bhagavatam.
Nice reading Krishna book. And
All your mercy, Prabhu.
so I hope you enjoyed the session. If you have no more questions, huh?
Prabhuji,
Yes,
one
Prabhu.
small question I have.
Another question here. What is this?
Prabhuji, actually, since like we know that only by the association of devotees, like we can, like come to Krishna consciousness and, maybe revive our consciousness. But when one comes, one gets this association, so is it because of his some previous good karma, some fortune, or, how he becomes that fortunate to get that association of the devotee?
So this is how is explained in the Bhagavad Gita. Esham tu antagatam papam jananam punya karmanam etvandva moha nirmukta bhajante mam drdavataha. So Krishna explained that this is how you get the chance to do devotional service. Persons who have acted piously in previous lives and in this life and whose sinful actions are completely eradicated, are free from the dualities, from delusion, and they engage themselves in my service with determination. Understand?
Yes,
Not
Prabhuji.
their actor. That's why Krishna says, after many, many births, one who knows that I am all in all. Yes?
Yes.
Not such a cheap thing to become a devotee, Oh. And to get the association of devotees, you must also do a lot of tapasya. A sense whose austerity is meager can hardly obtain the service of pure devotees, progressing on the path back to the kingdom of Godhead, Vaikuntha. Pure devotees engage 100% in glorifying the Supreme Lord, who is the Lord of the demigods and the controller of all the living entities. You have to do some tapasya, how you can get the association of devotees? Yes?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Not a cheap thing, no? Correct? And
Yes.
when you get the association of devotees, one, two, I think. Yeah, one, two. So you see here, twice born sages, by serving those devotees who are completely free from all vice, great service done. By such service, one gains affinity for hearing the messages of Vasudeva. So once you get the association of devotees by piety, tapasya, then you can get to hearing about Krishna, then you get purified. But this is the second famous verse, Srunvata Svakata Krishna, Punya, you see, very, very, purifying. Shravanam Kirtanaha. Hridayantasto ya Bhadrani Vidunoti Shuhat Satan. Sri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, is Paramatma, super soul in everyone's heart, and the benefactor of the truthful devotee. Cleanses desire for material enjoyment from the heart of the devotee, who has developed the urge to hear his messages, which are in themselves virtuous when properly heard and chanted. This is how you become a devotee. Understand?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Not that anyone and everyone. Of course, there are also some special cases. By the association of pure devotees, everyone can become, even if it's coming from a very, very low background. And it also possible. Kirata, Hundara, Pulinda, Pulaksha, that verse. Just by associating with devotees, all these low class people all became devotees. Yes.
Yes.
There's Kirata, Hundara, Pulinda, Pulaksha. One. So every time quoted by Prabhupada, this verse. We'll find out where this verse. I think it is in two something. So here, this verse is so important also. Yeah, 4:18. So this is another verse that is always, quoted by Srila Prabhupada, how a person, and there's another verse, Kanchana, Kirata, Hunna, these all are some race. Pulakasa, Abira, Sumba, Yavana, members of the Kasa race. Kasa means Chinese, and even others addicted to sinful acts can be purified by taking shelter of the devotee of the Lord due to his being the supreme power. I beg to offer my respectful obeisances unto him. By taking shelter of the devotees, all of these people can become devotees. By associating. So we have to understand how powerful, there's another verse also, Kanchanantam. That how, bell metal can make into gold by the process of, mercury. So similarly, by the initiation of a pure devotee, one can also become a pure devotee, This verse is there, Kanchana. Okay, see. So let me find this verse. This is quoted by, Sanatan Goswami. Where is this verse? Anybody knows? Every time it is quoted by Prabhupada, whenever he speaks about how devotees can get purified, so he quotes this verse, very famous verse. So I'm looking for it. Give me a minute. Yeah, it is. Yata Kancham. I think maybe I got the wrong place. Find it. A minute. So in this verse it says, Yata.
Prabhuji, I guess somebody has shared in the chat
In the
box.
chat, yeah.
Yata Kanchanantam, okay. 403. Got it? 403. Yata Kanchana, okay, it is here. Hari Bhakti Vilas. Yata Kanchanantam Yati. How to go and look at this now. Okay, give me Harsha Shinwai. Alright, give me a minute. I've found the verse. You just find where is it in the Bhagavatam for you. All right, it is here. 7. So here I can see here this verse. Many times this verse is quoted. Yeah. Yata kanchanantam yati kamsyam rasyidanataha tata diksha videna divijantam jayate nirnam. So yeah. As bell metal is turned into gold when mixed with mercury in an alchemical process. So one who is properly trained and initiated by a bona fide spiritual master immediately becomes a Brahmana or a Vaishnava. So this is the process also by initiating from a bona fide spiritual person. A person fallen also can become, provided he gets associated with the pure devotees. That is the real process. You cannot become a pure devotee without associating with another pure devotee, Because we all are very fortunate that now we have got Prabhupada. Yes? Mercy of Prabhupada, at least this life you can, make it successful. Simply following his direction. Yes?
Yes, yes, Prabhu.
Any other questions? Oh, more questions here. Oh, someone quoted already here. 10th verse. All right, good. So I guess I've taken a lot of your time. Sorry, I stretched it. Yes, I have to take leave because I'll be going back again
At 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock again. I think some of you will be coming there again.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. Thanks a lot for your association and enlightening on this verse that Krishna
I recommend
plus
you
Bhagavan.
that, once a week you get the devotees, those like Nimai, Vijay Kishore, or Mahaprabhu, or Prahlad, they all are all competent. They try to get them also. They can all come online.
Hari Bol. Okay, Prabhu. We will do that. In once in a week, we will invite one devotee to enlighten us then.
Yeah, you ask them, they once a week, they will come. Definitely they will come. Why they won't come? Correct?
Okay, we were just thinking whether they will be interested in Bhaktin's class or not. But thank you very much. And definitely we will take a note of it, Prabhu.
Yeah, just call them and ask them to come once a week, and you can, share with them so many things. They're also all experts, every one of them. Ishkambar also, yeah, is there, everyone.
Ha, Prabhu. We will take a note. We will contact them and we will request for their association.
So how did
And
others how did the others like the session? Can you give your feedback?
Very nice, Prabhuji. Really, we are blessed to be a part of this session. And you were there to teach us and explain us this verse. We are really blessed. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hari Bol.
But some new people are here.
Prabhuji, it's a good fortune to us to have your valuable association and to understand. I mean, especially this important verse of Srimad Bhagavatam from your from your association. So thank you so much, Prabhuji, for giving us your so valuable time. And yeah, thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Jai Shri
Hare
Prabhupada.
Krishna.
So, okay, thank you so much for your kind appreciation, and I also very much fortunate to be with all of you. I hope you continue, strengthening our ISCAM and plus bring more members. Today, I think there was 17 people, no?
20.
no, Prabhu, we
It
have
was
reached
20, then
more than
19.
20.
Hare Krishna, all glories to
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna.
Prabhu. Thank you.